Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jolie and I am currently working on a decluttering and cleaning series on my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be decluttering my daughter's room, my 7.5-year-old. She has a lot of stuff. If you have children of your own, I'm sure you understand the pain of all of the stuff that they have. And it feels like, you know, every Christmas, every holiday season, birthdays, they just get so much stuff, and we are not good about going through like old toys and things like that and donating or just getting rid of. And I've done that sort of with my oldest, but never fully. I've never gone through everything in her room. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be going through, and I'll probably actually have to film this over multiple days. If you're a mom, you know, if you're a working mom or just a mom in general, you know how hard it is to just like get things done. This room, I was actually not going to do until last because this room is very overwhelming to me. It is the room in our house, I would say, that has the most stuff. My daughter likes stuff, and that's fun and great, but my brain can't handle it. So just the other day, she had asked me if we can rearrange her room. So that's why it does look a little bit different in these clips than what the kind of before she picked it up looked like. But she picked it up, she asked if we could rearrange it because her room has been kind of laid out the same way for a while and she was just getting bored of it. And I know how that goes because when I was a kid, I was constantly rearranging my room, constantly moving my furniture around. So I said, okay, let's go for it. So I think it looks fine. I think that there is just a lot of stuff in here. Like, I even thought about potentially getting rid of this bookshelf, but I do like it because she does read. It also holds bins, which we try to keep organized, but it's not great. So I have bins in her closet. We have bins over here. We are going to try to just get rid of the unnecessary stuff and clean it up, reduce a lot of the stuff that's in here, and have a true organizational system down, because that is very essential, especially in this room. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I do when I am decluttering and organizing is I just kind of lightly look through what I can see off of the top of my head, just without looking in any drawers, and seeing what I can throw away. So let's go ahead and do that. And I know what some of you guys are thinking, like, wow, what a mean mom, you're going to throw a bunch of her stuff away. I'm not throwing a bunch of her stuff away. And to be honest, I mean, I'm gonna throw some stuff away, but to be honest, she has so much stuff she's never even going to know. Really, when it comes to having your space look clean, organized, and just overall better, you need to remove the clutter off of the surfaces. I don't care what anybody tells you. If you have too much stuff going on surfaces, it's gonna look messy no matter what. Okay, so just starting kind of over here on the corner, the first thing is this. She got this little art project for, like, I don't know, a birthday or something. She painted it. I'm just gonna throw it away. Like I said, she's never going to know. She has recently started hanging things up on her wall. I don't love this. She started doing this because we have things, actual pictures that I have told her we will hang up, and I just have not had the chance to get around to doing it. So she just wants things hung up on her wall, so that's what she has started to do. I really don't like this. It doesn't look great. It looks very cluttered. I'm going to be taking these things down. I also really don't like it because these little tiny pins leave holes in the wall, but it is what it is. For now, she really likes these. I am not going to throw these away, but we will keep it in an arts and crafts bin that I have if she ever wants to hold on to this. Then over here, she has a bookmark. I'm just going to throw it away. This is her jewelry box. So we're keeping everything in there. All of that she wears. I won't throw those away. It is all nicely and neatly. If it's contained into a small little box, fine, that's totally fine. Go ahead and keep it. So then over here on her dresser, I'm just kind of move them out of the way right now. But again, I want her dresser to look very, I don't want a lot of stuff on it. I want it to look minimal. Also, my 7.5-year-old is full of energy. It just helps your brain so much when you're looking around your space and it's clean and picked up, and the less that your brain has to look at, the better. It just helps from being overstimulated. I truly think that. So again, here on her dresser, I'm going to take this off and put it, actually, we have an arts and crafts bin that I am going to find a place for this in that. So now this space looks better already, and actually I plan on hanging this artwork over here, but I need my husband to help me with that, so I'm not going to do that right now because he is not home. But this already looks so much better. We have just a few items. I think that this looks good for now. She has this little like beanbag chair here, so that will stay there. Another thing is her dresser. So I got her this little dresser for Christmas, actually. It has 6 drawers. And actually last night we went through, because I have started this decluttering journey, me and her sat down together and went through all of the clothes in these drawers to, we don't donate her clothes because she has a little sister 6 years younger than her, which is really convenient for me, that we just move into her little sister's room in a bin that we have over there, which I will show in another video. But luckily, and I don't want to film my daughter or anything, so that's why I did that off camera, but we were able to go through each drawer and organize it. So I'll show you guys what we have in these drawers. In this top drawer is how I organize her shorts. Her shorts and skirts. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly 10 pairs of shorts / skirts, which is fine. They all fit perfectly in here, not too much. In this middle drawer, I actually have sweatshirts and long pants. So over here she has 4 long pants, but again, we were able to donate quite a lot of them just the other night. So come the winter time, I will be buying her more pants, but she grows like a weed. She's like very tall and she's constantly growing, so I try to just like keep clothing, honestly, I try to keep it really minimal. Also, my oldest, I have her half the time, the other half she's with her dad, so I feel like just kind of in general she probably has less clothes than the average kid, again because she's here only half the time. But yeah, then on this side I have sweatshirts that she wears. Again, this is just for winter when it's nice out. And then in this bottom drawer, we do swimsuits, underwear, socks. We went through all of those. We found a match for every sock, and we even were able to get rid of a few socks that she just doesn't wear, or maybe they're holey and things like that. We got rid of everything that she no longer wanted. In this drawer over here, before we went through her clothes last night, these drawers were overflowing. This drawer actually has nothing in it right now. I never thought that I would say those words. So we will we'll keep that as it is for now, just empty. I don't know, I don't really have any ideas of what we could put in there for now, but it could be a whole other story when we get to her closet. In this next drawer, we have shirts that she wears on a regular basis. These are short sleeve. And then in this bottom drawer are pajamas. She does have a lot of pajamas. I think it's too much. I told her, you know, to get rid of a couple pairs so they nicely fit in here. So she was able to get rid of a couple of them. So that is what her dresser looks like. Everything is very nice and neat. No overflowing. Nothing is overflowing or anything like that, so it looks pretty good. Kind of got off topic there with like just throwing stuff away, but for now I think that area of her room looks really good. Like I had mentioned, we have her beanbag chair over here. Went through her drawers, her dressers, everything there looks good. Like I said, we'll probably be hanging this picture up over here. And another tip that I have for you when you are decluttering rooms, especially rooms that feel very daunting, start in one corner and then work your way slowly around the room. That is a tip that I have found that helps out a lot. it can be very overwhelming to look at a room and just kind of throw your hands in the air and be like, I have absolutely no idea where to start. Start in one corner, work your way this way. Then we have her bookshelf. Originally, I was actually thinking I might actually just get rid of this. I was thinking we could put her books in there, but I actually had this over there. I was able to play around with the layout a little bit better, and this works and it looks really good, to be honest. It looks a lot better than it did. I think I am going to keep this. I think it's really nice. It breaks the room up because it's a little bit taller than her desk and her dresser over here. And then, like I said, she has a lot of books, but what we can do is kind of condense some of these books to her little sister's room. A lot of these are just very little kid books, and she's going to be 8 at the end of this year, so we can go through that. But going back to just things that I can just kind of pick off here and there and throw away while I take out the garbage before we do a deep dive into this stuff. Everything up here we're keeping. She's got picture frames, her piggy bank, some decor from when she was in her aunt's wedding. And then let's move over here to her desk, because there's a few things over here that we can get thrown away. So what I want to do is, we have this extra round mirror actually in my other daughter's closet that I'm thinking we could put up here. My daughter recently asked for a vanity. At one point I had a vanity for her and she never used it, so I thought this would be great. She does have like play makeup and things like that she likes to do, so I thought let's go ahead and add the mirror here. That way she can have her own vanity like she wants. We have this extra mirror that I've never gotten rid of, and then there will be stuff hung on the wall. She really wants things to be hung on her wall and kind of decorate it, so that will help with that as well. But again, off the top of just what I can see, she has these old sight words from school. I'm gonna just throw these away. And then some hand sanitizer. I'm going to keep that on here. We'll have to find a place for it. All of this stuff I don't want to throw away because it all we'll find a place for it. Like I said, I have a good organizational system that I will be sharing with you guys that we can add these things into, and I'll kind of talk about that here in a little bit. But for now, I think actually all of this looks pretty good. She has a little reading light, a little thing, some little decor, a plant that I cut for her. And here she keeps her pens and pencils. She does collect erasers. I would like to throw this away, but she does have a couple of little rocks in here. I am gonna throw those away. She doesn't need rocks in here. Like I said, a little bit of order. We don't need those. We're throwing those away. This is what I'm talking about. If you have a child, or just in general, if you're decluttering your house, go through everything, like physically touch everything, because you don't know what's hiding in like little nooks and crannies such as that. She had rocks in there that just kind of blended in, but they take up space. We don't need rocks in the room. Okay, and then she got this little coin purse, which actually does have some money in it from Easter. For now, I'm gonna put this just up over here next to her piggy bank. That way she knows when she gets home, she does not want me to touch that. She can put those coins actually in her piggy bank, and then we will find a place for that little tiny coin purse. So for now, like I said, this looks good. Some of these crayons and things like that, tape, notepads, I actually have an art bin for her. That's what I'm also going to be doing with these paintbrushes over here and her sewing stuff. We have an art bin that we have everything art related in, so I will show you that here in a minute. Okay, and then lastly, as I'm doing just kind of a quick scan of her room to see, hey, what can I quickly throw away and get rid of? Again, she has these things hung up on her wall, just kind of little tiny pictures that she's made, or these little stuffed animals from like McDonald's Happy Meals. I'm sorry, but I'm just throwing those away. They don't need to be hung up on the wall, and we don't need to be keeping on to these things. And then another thing, so she has this easel board that I got for her for Christmas. I highly recommend, if you have a kid, get them an easel board. On this side it's a whiteboard, on the other side it's a chalkboard. She freaking loves this thing. We play tic-tac-toe on it, we play hangman. I'm able to write her notes on the board every single day. And she does the same for me, like when she goes to school. And then because I work from home, I'm able to write her a note back. Loves it. So this was a great investment. Love that it's in her room. And she is very, you know, creative and artsy, and so she likes to draw pictures. Very cool. However, this can get messy, so we're just going to kind of do a little bit of organizing. We have erasers for, we've only got 2 erasers, so one for the whiteboard, one for the chalkboard, and then a spray bottle for the chalkboard. So I'm fine with all of this staying in here. Let's go through these markers, because for instance, this one doesn't even, she's used it so much that it no longer works. This is what I mean when I say you need to go through absolutely everything when you are doing like a true declutter. I know it's so tedious and it takes time, but believe me, it is so worth it. All of these, I think, pretty much for the most part look good. They're not dried out. So, and it's nice because this little area has like a specific spot for the markers, so that I'm fine with. This one I'm throwing away. Under here is a whole other story, so I will talk about that. We have a dry erase board under there, and then just kind of some of her Barbie stuff, which I don't know, we'll have to see once I clean out her closet if we have space or room for it. Otherwise, right now it's fine. These are things she plays with a lot, kind of on a regular basis, so I'm fine with that. But in this little Barbie camper, she just like piles toys in there. We're gonna have to go through that, and I'm probably gonna throw away a bunch of stuff. Okay, so now that I've actually just kind of done a quick overview of her room to say, okay, I can get rid of this, this, and this, now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. Like I said before, typically I would start at this corner and work my way over. However, we already went through her dresser just last night, so now it's time to tackle the bookcase, get rid of some books to transfer to her little sister's room, and then go through these bins. Okay, so now we are actually going to get in fully into the decluttering of this room. Step 1, get a garbage bag. Like I said, I know there's going to be stuff that I am just going to be throwing away. So what we have done within these 4 bins is, my daughter has like an American Girl doll. I have told her that this bin is for her American Girl accessories. That, not the case. We have those accessories, but then we have a bunch of other things in here. These little rabbit ears, they're so cute, but unfortunately she doesn't even know they're in there. I'm gonna throw that away. Same with this thing. She just accumulates all of these little tiny toys, and you guys, I'm telling you, we've had some of these things for months, for years. She's never played with them before, okay? So that's why I'm either just gonna throw stuff away or I'm gonna get rid of it. A lot of this stuff, there's a Barbie, I'm just tossing. This kind of stuff, this is her American Girl doll accessories. This little couch, we're throwing away. She just like, okay, this is a little mask for her American Girl doll. I'll put that in there. She loves her American Girl doll, so I don't want to throw any of that away. But we have like little Barbie stuff. Those like little things that she just kind of shoves in here. We're just throwing those types of things away. So this stuff is not gonna look very organized, but because, well, it's just not. There's just a bunch of like little tiny things, but we at least have a specific place for all of it. I wish that would fit in there a little bit better, but it doesn't. It is what it is. It's fine. So she knows, and that's the thing. It's like, if you have a messy kid, or a kid that likes a lot of stuff, fine, but kids operate really well if they have like boundaries. That way, I don't know, they just like, they need structure, they need boundaries, and I feel like that's what, just organizing their main toys into different kind of categories and items, like, then they'll know, and they will know that that's where it goes when it comes time to clean up or whatever. They're hopefully, and it will take time, not just throwing crap everywhere. And then in the rest of these bins are her arts and crafts type stuff. But a lot of this stuff, it's like she colored this. There's a little instruction for a bath bomb thing, like things like that. It's just like, we don't need to be holding on to that stuff. It can be thrown away. I do try to kind of, what I want to do within these art bins is maybe do some sort of organizing as to, I don't know, I kind of have to see what's specifically in here. Like maybe one bin could be for crayons and markers and coloring books and things like that. Another one could be for paint. Another one could be for Play-Doh. We have these bins. I want to try to organize them as best as we can. I just kind of need to see what is all in here. We have wrappers in here. We just have stuff that we can throw away. That's a Barbie accessory. We have necklaces in here, like just things that don't go in here. Play-Doh. This is why it's so overwhelming to go through little kid stuff, because they just have too much stuff. But like little things like this, like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm just throwing it away. She will literally never know. Paint brushes, we have scissors, we have an empty thing of hand sanitizer. This is a little accessory for her American Girl doll. Just little things that can just be thrown away. And then a lot of what's in here is like markers and crayons and such. So I am just going to dump this out. And then from here, we're going to put all of, like, this doesn't even need to be organized. We can just know that, okay, this is where all of the crayons and markers are going. That's totally fine with me. But we have all of this other stuff in here, like, that can just be thrown away. We've got like empty chapsticks in here, little things like that. Honestly, I wish I could just throw it all away, because this gives me just, I don't like it. Okay, and then if you remember from over here on her dresser, we have a couple of things of crayons up here. And let's see, what is this? I think this is her makeup. Okay. So all of her makeup is up there. Crayons though, these are going in here. Barbie accessories, we'll have to find a spot for it. And then we have just like other, in this bin, this is just other like actual art projects and crafts. This should go in her nightstand. This is like a headband thing. So we'll put that over there for now. We've got Play-Doh. This bag, I'm throwing this away. She's never used it. Truly never used it. And then more like pamphlets. I don't even know what this stuff is. Oh my gosh. I literally want to take this whole thing and just throw it. Lots of Play-Doh in here. So what I'm thinking is maybe we can do a Play-Doh bin, a paint bin. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. More empty chapsticks, glue, makeup, oh my gosh, slime, yuck. Just little tiny stuff. So I'm putting all of the, she's got a pen up there, all of the actual markers in here. Maybe I'll do markers and paints and that type of stuff in this bin. Bear with me, guys. We've got a lot going on here, so what I'm gonna do is in this bin, I've decided we're gonna do glue sticks, paint, crayons, markers, things like that. That way in this bin we can do, oh, also glue. Glue is gonna go in here. In this bin we can have it solely for Play-Doh. She's got a lot of Play-Doh. This is empty paint. Oh my gosh. Now in here, this is all Play-Doh. Play-Doh bin is done. American Girl doll bin done. Let's see what we've got in here. Okay, these are Play-Doh as well. These she never uses. just lots of little paper and stuff that we can just throw away. Hand sanitizer, which can go up on her desk. A charging cord, no idea what that's to. We have these other little things that I'm actually going to put in here. Okay, so these two things are going to be her arts and crafts bins. This one's empty, which is great because we will find other things that we can put in here. Don't know what yet, but we've got a whole room to go through. Oh, paintbrush goes in there. Scissors will go in the arts and crafts bin there. We have a bunch of like electronics. Maybe that's what this bin can be for. Let's do that right now. Let's do electronics. We'll go in here. I think that sounds like a good idea to me. Perfect. So we'll have American Girl doll, Play-Doh, arts and crafts types things such as markers, paints, crayons, coloring books. If I find any along the way, those will go in here. I'm sure I will. And then in this bin, we'll do electronics. So for instance, I just put a charging cord in here, a watch. She has a Tamagotchi, this little remote control car thing. Those will go in here. Tape and more paint brushes will go in the arts and crafts bin. And then she also has a little tablet and then like a little fake computer thing that will go in the arts and craft, or excuse me, in the electronic bin as well. So that's great. That actually wasn't too bad. That's going to be everything for today's video. So over the weekend, as you saw, we ended up hanging different things, and I think it's at a really good place right now. Really, the only thing that I have left to do is go through her closet. However, as much as I want to just go in and throw away absolutely everything, I do want to take the time with my daughter, and I obviously don't want to put her on the camera, but I want to take some time and just say, hey, what can we go ahead and get rid of? And then that way, after that, I will at least show you guys how we ended up organizing it. I'll show you some before and after shots. We do have an organizational system down right now. Like up top, we have like winter items, for instance, like snow bibs, boots, gloves, things like that. We have a box of keepsakes up there. It's actually, I mean, it looks kind of a mess right now just because there are like stuffed animals that aren't put away and toys that are out that I just need to kind of organize and clean up a little bit. But both me and my daughter have decided, yes, she needs to get rid of some stuff in here. But then also up top, it's again like a box of keepsakes. We have just, you know, different things like that she kind of wants to hold on to, like a portfolio from kindergarten that I don't want to, you know, get rid of. There is also other things up there, like a sleeping bag she's never used before. We've got a fish tank up there. And then we do have some sort of a system down below. We have a couple of bins for different items that I will show in the next video, as well as her clothes up here that I have to go through with her to get rid of. So again, that is going to be kind of like a part 2 of this series. We did go through her nightstand. I added these beautiful legs to the nightstand. That is a great hack for upgrading furniture. This was a really cheap nightstand. I think I got it from Target or something, and then found these legs on Amazon for 15 bucks, and it just makes it look a little bit nicer. It's not just a piece of furniture sitting on the floor. But we went through her drawers on her nightstand, and we were able to get rid of a bunch of those things. And then under her bed is where we keep like her luggage. I have this little bin where we put some other of her arts and crafts things in that she wants to start working on. So there is a system in place, which of course makes my heart very happy. But like I said, I need to go through her closet with her, and then I'll show you guys kind of how we end up organizing it. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, my name is Jolie, and I'm doing a decluttering series currently on my channel. So if you're into that, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.